Don't.
But sir, his body was prepped for separation. If I don't administer the counteragent soon, he'll die. Now, I can stabilize his condition if you'll just let me go ahead.
The chamber is destroyed. We don't need him anymore. Let him die.
Did you know that Rourke is the villain of this game? Probably not from any of his previous actions. We definitely needed to see him hit a woman in order to really drive that point home. They gotta make bad guys worse than us in order to keep us playing this thing. Also, leaving a breadcrumb trail of collectibles helps. For the completionists out there. Get one super early on. And then we dive into a cave. Because all of Volkscorp is underground. And it's a complete mess. Yeah, we saw. Yep. More foreshadowing for some reason. This time Gigi's a step behind us. Maybe we'll be giving her a tutorial soon. That floodlight down there, we can possess it. It doesn't do anything. Note all the bats have perched over that way. This one we can possess as well. Pointed at the bats. Gotta find them first. Kinda disorienting where they start you off once you inhabit the damn thing. But we'll find them eventually. You know what would help? It's a little bit of light. There they are. But this doesn't scare them. Exploding the light would. So now we get to inhabit some more rodents. For puzzle-solving purposes. Mostly because we are stuck in a giant pit. And the power of flight is the only way out. There's that horrible squealing sound. The year 2005, sure love that sound effect. I have no idea why. It's awful. Just viscerally horrible. But anyway, flying around is super awkward. It's swimming, but in the air. You press A to move forward. You move forward a set distance and then you just stop in place. There's our next victim. We need to harass him with our current victim.
Get away from me!
Never. But we are done with that bat. Unfortunately for this guy, he has stopped near a manhole cover. The old exploding manhole gag puts him over the edge to true fear. So at this point we can possess him, but we're not gonna. Because there's another manhole gag waiting over this way. If it's not for scaring purposes, then it is for secret purposes. Head on down there, get the second ghost collectible for this level. There are only 2 in every level. We got them all already. Which is not to say that this is a short level, as you can probably tell from the video length. You do want to have the next person scared already, because otherwise it is a pain in the ass to get back up to this area. But the location he happens to be waiting for you, in his scared state, makes it very easy to possess him and go about our business, which is opening a door to the medical wing. That is literally all we needed. This poor tormented human soul for opening some doors. Guess he was taking a break from doing all the laundry. We ruined his break. There's one interactable object over here. It's an ID card belonging to Anna P. Richardson. That's really the only time they have this effect where an item appears on a blank screen like this. Because we don't actually collect the ID badge. I don't think our character could pass himself off as Anna P. Richardson, unfortunately.
Sir.
Some kind of accident up ahead. They don't want us cleaning up after it just yet. We can ghost our way through here, but there is absolutely nothing to see. No real accident to speak of. I guess this debris could be related to it. This blood stain at the bottom of the door, suggesting something terrible. But no actual evidence of what could have possibly occurred. Bloodstain on the wall, with a trail. Maybe they've already started cleaning up. But like I said, nothing to do back here currently. Just leave our guy posing in abject horror in front of the guy who's completely nonplussed. Nice computer. Has a little jingle. We are not allowed to log in. Various garbage. Indeed, there is nothing to really do back here. What we needed to do was back in the laundry room. This game, once it secured its M rating, it decided to keep going. Beyond reasons of violence, there's a little disclaimer about partial nudity. And we are about to see exactly why that is the case. So this guy is peeping at something in the hole in the wall here. Or maybe not. Maybe it's nothing. He was just assessing the damage, as is part of his job description. Definitely not some kind of Porky's situation that he was up to. And we'll just slip through the hole in the wall to confirm his innocence. What do you know? It was a Porky situation. So, what we can do in here is begin tormenting the showering women. Because that's the sort of thing we need to do in this video game. I guess it's technically less awful than many of the other things we've done, but John Raimi, still a ghost asshole. So that woman can't really be bothered. But that means this woman can. I assume we sprayed her with hot water? Because just turning it on wouldn't have been that scary. But we're not really doing the same to the more modest woman shaving.
Showerhead.
She's not bothered. She's not gonna even turn the thing off at this point. Doesn't care at all.
What the?
But when it happens twice, then it gets a little weird. So just keep torturing her with the same scare over and over.
I'm out of here.
Eventually, it bothers her enough, the faulty plumbing in this area, which is in fact ghost-related. So she heads over here to this mirror. We've seen mirrors before. Plenty of times, in fact. But this one we can possess. She's just about close enough that we can Get her attention by breaking it. Still not enough. That could be some kind of barometric pressure change or something. Who knows? That'll do it, though. Pretty sure that exact scare was one of the sanity effects in Eternal Darkness. But it gets the job done.
Don't.
But sir, his body was prepped for separation. If I don't administer the counteragent soon, he'll die. Now, I can stabilize his condition if you'll just let me go ahead.
So this happens to be the exact woman who was trying to save Bryson's life and got whacked for it. She is really being put through the ringer. Just beaten up at work, tortured in the shower, driven mad by impossible mirrors, and then having her bodily autonomy stolen from her by an evil ghost.
Yes?
Yep, I feel bad about this one as well. Just like pretty much all the hosts. This I kind of like, though. This is all worth it. Good old Nintendo Publishing. They have no shame. And a host collectible, as we continue to explore the lockers. And inside this locker, a GameCube. Why, that's familiar. There's one more locker we can open with nothing inside. No fun Easter eggs. What a waste. Ah, so I guess this is Anna's locker. Spoilers, we are Anna right now. And her clothes have been taken for cleaning purposes. This is John Raimi's internal commentary. He's got all sorts of bathroom commentary, and it's weird that this is the one thing he editorializes about. All the horrible things he's seen and done, whatever. But he likes paper towels, and he likes this assortment of cotton towels. He loves this hamper. Does not care about all the murder he's done. We were introduced to John Raimi as like a blank slate, generic protagonist guy, which normally doesn't stick out. But when he suddenly starts doing all sorts of sociopathic things throughout the game, just horrifically immoral actions constantly, it really does paint him as a bad guy. That like blank slate thing suddenly looks really bad. Anna can't go near any of the other men around here because she's naked. Can't really blame her there. Just another use of the fear effect.
God help me!
Oh, someone's screaming in horror as mysterious music plays. And blood leading from the door all the way over here. The custodian we previously inhabited has been brutally murdered. I'd kind of hoped it was the pervert who was peeping in on the shower. Doesn't seem to be the case. Custodian's radio is still broadcasting all sorts of other strange sounds. I'm not worried about it. Perhaps I ought to be. But the reason we were here wasn't to discover that corpse. It was to put on our damn clothes. Now we can go do pretty much whatever we need to do. Some strange chittering sounds. The guards have all disappeared. Or been murdered themselves. Raimi knows these are not typical murders. They are supernatural murders from hell. That gigantic room back there, obviously, is going to be important. Oh, there's our murderers, still chomping on a body. Let's leave them be so they don't chomp on us as well. Okay. We need this. Because these little gremlins are starting fires everywhere. They can return to those fires to regain health. And those fires will also spawn more gremlins. So we gotta put them out. And for some reason, fire extinguishers kill these little things. It's unfortunate that the various soldiers in the area did not realize that. I think it is pretty likely that the same thing that started the fires killed that guy. There's always an emergency. And seismic activity. That would explain the disrepair of many of the recent levels. One would imagine this place had settled by now, but apparently not. We had a locked door back here. They often use that to just tell you not to even worry about a thing. Just ignore this, it's not actually a door. We've done all the firefighting we need to do here. We could get more memos off the computers, but they're lies. Volks is not a fun, safe place to work. Not by a long shot. There is one note back there, which I guess I missed, which tells us that there's a morgue key in the secure area of the ICU. So we could go to the morgue. It's totally unlocked, but we know that we need a morgue key. We also know from Anna's flashback that the morgue has the serum, which we need to save Bryson. You're not going to let us through the lift. I don't want to go through the lift right now, but I do want to spray one of these soldiers in the face. Don't know the password, unfortunately. So we could just play with that all day, wouldn't do anything. We are going to have to use the small crack in the door, which fortunately exists with this one particular door. Then we have force field, so we can go no further. The only thing to interact with back here is the other keypad. Not incredibly intuitive for the player, I don't think. I got stuck here for quite a while my first time through. But for some reason, you mess up the keypad and the guy just enters the correct password on your face. So then you take that knowledge, go to your human host, agonizingly infest her body, and type in the correct password. And there we go.
Ma'am?
You know for a fact we aren't. He wouldn't have stopped us whether or not I had sprayed him in the face. Nothing much to do back here. Although there is a first aid kit. Somewhat ominous, given that there's nothing else going on back here. Lots of first aid kits, in fact. There's the ICU.
Ma'am?
We haven't really been assigned a specified area. But we're certainly not going there. We're going wherever we want. Except for back there, because there's guards. We can't kill them with our fire extinguisher. So we have to play their little game. There's our guy. For no specific reason, finding Bryson has summoned a bunch of demons. So let's not go back that way, because there's a bunch of demons. So we just completed an objective. Then we located Bryson, now we need to get him to safety. Now we'll complete the rescue mission. There is some serum over here, but it's not done yet, I guess. So we can't use it. We need to go to the morgue. But we can't really do anything in the morgue. So we're at a bit of a impasse here. First we need to do some firefighting, because the environment has changed slightly. And quite loudly. The demons killed all the soldiers. So now we can go to the ICU. Thank you, problem-solving demons. No signs of gunfire. I don't think John Raimi / Anna Richardson should go into forensics. Wait for this door to finish loading. Thank you.
Ma'am?
This guy should probably go into forensics, because he's able to hear gunshots. This is the secure area of the ICU. We can even ghost our way in there. Look at this key. We don't have any ghost hands in order to get that key. So, we'll have to solve some more puzzles. That's not the solution. It never is. So back here in the ICU, Gigi will explain that various Volks employees have lost their minds in separation experiments. These ones are catatonic. They're writhing. They've got some life left in them. Whispering backwards. It might actually say something backwards, but the last time when we possessed that phone and made the janitor hear the backwards phone call, I actually did flip that in editing, and it is pretty close to incomprehensible due to background noise and sound effects and stuff. But the last word was inconceivable. I don't know what other words might have led up to that, but yeah, for some reason, Ghost Raimi made someone Hear the word inconceivable backwards. Terrifying stuff. So these guys, they can't do anything but breathe heavily. Not of any use to us. This guy's got a little more mobility to him, because he hasn't been strapped down. As soon as we inhabit him, we can push on the glass. That brings out the intern. But, I mean, we do actually have plenty of time to get in here and steal the key. But there is another way. Can hop in the heart monitor as well. Access that. And fake a heart attack. Now the doctor will also have to come investigate. This one drags him much, much further from the office and occupies his full attention for a very long time. Clearly the intended route. Although tapping on the glass does work just as well, and is faster. There's our refrigerator keycard. Wondered if that guy had anything to say about the patients having heart attacks, but no. Another long load time to get through here. Past the dead bodies. This guy's been fighting these demons for quite a while, but he finally succumbed right as we showed up. Oh, we do have to input the code. I hope you remembered it. We don't actually need to remember it. Anna Richardson does. Types it in automatically, much faster than we possibly could have. And now you'll note that I am not going to the morgue. I'm heading back to the first area. That locked door, which normally indicates a door that we could never open. For some reason, the refrigerator key opens it. It's a good thing too, because it has a host collectible. And we unlocked a Towel Girl as a playable character. We're down 12% on workplace fatalities. That number is going to change drastically after our interference. But yeah, now in multiplayer, you can be a naked lady. Because these videos have been rather unpopular, admittedly, and the one thing that should change that is hardcore nudity. Yep. Let's see, we got a phone over here.
You've reached the voicemail of Jimmy Wojcik.
Hilarious comedy phone.
You've reached the voicemail of
Maggie Wire.
You've reached the voicemail of
Adam Smith.
I recognize that one, that was Adam Smith.
You've reached the voicemail of
Jimmy Wojcik.
Okay, so I think someone's just gonna keep doing a silly voice for a very long time. The only reason to come back there was the host collectible. Now we can go to the morgue, where I'm sure things will be much less morbid and blood-slathered. Still plenty demon-infested, of course. And our fire extinguisher is pretty bad. Takes like the full ammo clip to put out a single fire. There's usually like 5 fires stacked on top of each other. So it's kind of irritating. And of course the fire has way too much of a range at which it does damage. Get back here. Yeah, he left a fire behind, right on top of me, and caused me to get burned when I was already out of ammo. Those things are obnoxious. Wouldn't expect them to be as deadly as they are, but they are killing soldiers left and right. Another host collectible. Raimi thinks he's a comedian. Yep. Dumping ground for old hardware. Important faxes to the morgue, yeah. He's having a good time, at least. We're at about half health, might as well take that. And the morgue itself. Lots more demons down here. Freeze them, make them shatter. The worst part is, if you come down here without the key, because you maybe didn't know where the key was or didn't know how badly you would need it, then all the demons will be here. You'll have to extinguish them to get through. And then you'll have to leave. And when you return here, all the fires and demons will respawn. I have to do it all again. So I did it in the much more efficient way. Gotta head over to this barrel of medical waste. Swarming with flies. And this corpse over here. Raimi's got a little autopsy to do on it. Something terrified him to death. But here is our freezer with our serum, as well as a bunch of frozen garbage we don't really need to look at, and corpses hanging on meat hooks. Probably not typical disposal method. Before we leave, though, something important in the fridge. I mean, there's also a host collectible. But the important thing is the banana. So we haven't really been draining the plants in the vicinity because we have so much spiritual energy at this point. It's just completely pointless to do that. But you can drain pretty much all organic material, all plant life that you find in the area. And it wilts in a very well done way. I appreciate it. They did little wilting animations for all the various kinds of fruits and plants you can find in the area. I'll try to show more of those off. I really don't get the spiritual energy mechanic, though. There's so many hosts scattered all over the place. You never really need that spiritual energy. So we've done pretty much all we need to do with the minimal number of backtracking. And now should be able to save Bryson. I like our odds, at least. Still waiting in surgery. Completely forgot that I have a sprint button to increase my movement speed by a negligible amount. Where are you guys going? There's a lot of them. Should really just run past, but, you know. At least we could pop them all at once with one spray, because they were clumped so closely together. Go, caught on the door for a second there. And time to save Bryson. The cutscene coming up does have one of the rare moments that cause this game to be violent enough to get its M rating, so brace yourself for that.
Huh? Who are you? Huh? Raimi?
Don't move. I'm warning you.
I don't understand what's going on. Something to do with this whole ghost business I heard about? Could that actually be you, Raimi? Well, if we don't get moving, we'll both be ghosts. Let's get the hell out of here and we'll figure this out later.
Bryson's happy to accept us regardless of gender, and it gives us self-confidence to become a Rambo-esque badass. He's pretty exhausted, so we will have to save everybody ourselves. Thanks for the pants. Slightly ruined by the slash in the Achilles tendon, but still functional. And the gun we stole from him is fantastic. It is by far the best gun we've had access to yet. 80 shot clip. We can recharge it or reload it very, very quickly. And it's gonna get the job done, that's for sure. It's also just hyper accurate. Always, every shot lands exactly in the center of our reticle. It's the perfect gun for dealing with the sort of AI that the enemy has in this game. More than enough. Now, they did barricade this door, and for no good reason, our grenades will destroy the barricade. No real hint as to the fact that that would happen, but, you know. Another thing you're gonna get stuck on and figure out through trial and error to pad out the length of this already pretty long level. Here's the guy who wouldn't let us board the elevator earlier. We've overridden his orders. Some guy's up in the scissor lifts for some reason. He must have been up there last time we explored this spot. I was really trying to get that damn first aid kit. Oh well. Should respawn us right where we save Bryson. And we should be able to get right back on track. It's just irritating as all. This gunplay section is not difficult in the least. Anna Richardson really is born for this combat stuff. We've just unlocked her true potential. Save Bryson again, skip all the cutscenes. Get killing. I guess make sure to keep our health topped off because there are first aid kits every 10 feet throughout this entire level. Watch out, Bryson. Try not to run in front of someone who's shooting a gun. They always catch me while I'm reloading. This whole thing. While I'm waiting for that grenade to cook, refill my health so we do not have a repeat. And just make our way out of here. Both of these statues, which are identical, have a health refill on them. Guy up in the scissor lift. He's been waiting for action all day long. There's so much action that the music is starting to skip. But action's all over. I guess it's Raimi who thinks that guy is handsome. Maybe it's Anna. There should be more health somewhere around here. Just so we're topped off. Bryson should be coming our way any moment now. He'll show up as soon as we open the elevator. See? There he is. Ready to go. We saved Bryson.
So let me get this straight. That machine they strapped me into, they put you in that too, didn't they? Somehow it separated you from your body, and now you can take over other people. Am I getting warm? So it's not a virus Volks is working on. I heard something about a Project Z. This ghost business has to be a part of it. I think...
Well, in Bryson's expert opinion, the ghost thing is just a part of a larger scheme. You'd think it would be just the scheme itself. Having ethereal super soldiers like us in your employ. But he dropped a little hint about what Project Z, well, not even any information about it, but the fact that there is a Project Z. And then he was fangoriously devoured by a dragon. But it's like a mollusk dragon. It's a decent enemy design. It is not, however, a decent enemy. Look at how much damage we've done to it from firing on it constantly with our excellent gun, compared to the damage we've received from it. This is a very long boss fight. You'd think our grenades would be able to speed it up, but that is not the case. He's grenade-proof at the moment. If you get too close, he does that slash. And otherwise, you just gotta aim for the head. Go through like a bullet hell scenario, which didn't work out in my favor, because those shots do tons of damage. But if you're gonna die, may as well be in the first, like, eighth of the boss's health bar. Because as you can imagine, it takes a very, very long time to get to the lower eighth.
So
Skip that cutscene and get right back to the boss. Do not need to see Bryson get eaten again. Just train our reticle on this damn thing's face. And strafe. Strafe all day long. There really is no way to speed this up. There is a way to do much, much larger chunks of damage, but they're scripted at specific moments of the fight. So we will see those, but not for a while. Now he's fixing to do the bullet hell vomit. Can sort of stun lock him during that. Sort of. The health kits in the area are full health refills. Some of the ones we've seen in previous levels have not been. So you do sort of want to wait until you really, really need them to use them. Because this is an endurance test. I'm pretty sure I've made that clear at this point. It's getting ready to do the thing. Super attack. Still just above half health. Right about where we were damage-wise last time. So we'll keep strafing this thing. Doing this again. Honestly surprised that it's going this way. Because normally by now it would do this. Thank you. Gotta throw a grenade in that exact spot. Just at the right time. Then we'll do a lot of damage. But there are not enough opportunities to do that to empty the boss's full health bar. Nor do we have any control of when it decides to do that. Do gotta stick with the bullets. In the meantime, we'll throw a grenade just to show that it is useless. Does literally nothing because it lands at the base of the shell. When he does recede into that shell, the blue aura around the shell means that it is indestructible, which is kind of notable for a much later phase of the boss. For now, though, just keep on shooting. Maybe I'll include a link in the video description for where to skip ahead, so you don't have to see the rest of this damn boss. He's about to do something mildly interesting, though. He's turning into the King Dodongo. The boss arena is wide enough that if you're on the right side, he'll just whiff past you, like that. But he moves so fast that there's no real way to tell which side he's gonna be on when he passes you. So I'm dodging that as close to random. Usually I just take the damage every time he goes by. It actually does very poor damage, that spinning attack. But by now you've seen almost everything he does. I think he's about to do the one other thing that he might do. There, come on. Laser vomit, thank you. Right on cue. The laser vomit is much less dangerous than the bullet hell attack. I think it might do more damage if you just stand in front of it, but it's very easy to dodge. He doesn't even try to lead it, so whatever. But yeah, nothing else interesting is gonna happen. He might give me an opportunity to throw a grenade in a shell once or twice more. But it'll be a while. In the meantime, we'll just be dealing with a really standard Nightmare Creatures boss, which is the greatest insult I could ever hurl at a boss. Nightmare Creatures bosses were so tedious, so bad, the absolute worst part. of that just slightly above mediocre game. That's what we're dealing with here. I think there's only one more health refill in the arena. So, being this low on health at this point, mildly worrisome. The fact that he keeps getting me with his double shots, very worrisome. Guess I'll have to actually try and dodge them from here on out. Yep, I do gotta go for this, though. Just in time. Oh, there is another one. We're set. There is one more phase of this boss, which is not difficult, but it is irritating. Thought for sure he was going for the laser vomit. Nope. He's going for something far worse. Sonic the Hedgehog attack. So at this point, we can actually hurt him while he is spinning around. And I will be doing so. But this is what we're waiting for. Yeah, he opens twice, and then the third one is ridiculously short. You basically got no chance to actually get a grenade in there. And depending where he ends up, probably won't have an opportunity. This phase, you're likely going to end with the gun. I'll try to speed it up just a little bit with the grenade, as a little personal challenge. Hey, I did it.
Man, I'm having a bad day.
Us too, Bryson. But as a reward for suffering through that awful, awful boss fight, we do save Bryson again. And we get to play as a badass lady for a while. So see you next time as we explore just what we can accomplish with our duo of badasses.